June 2nd. The primary aviation concerns today are scattered convective disruptions from the southern high plains through the central plains and southeast, along with locally heavy rainfall, mountain turbulence, and pockets of low ceilings near portions of the coast. The most operationally significant weather will be tied to a broad western trough, interacting with Gulf moisture and multiple surface boundaries, supporting thunderstorm development from New Mexico and Colorado eastward toward Kansas and into parts of the lower Mississippi Valley and southeast. Across the West Coast, marine influence remains the dominant factor. Coastal stratus and IFR to MVFR ceilings will continue to affect portions of the California coast, including the San Francisco Bay region and Southern California terminals, while inland areas remain largely VFR. Farther north, a trough over the Pacific Northwest maintains cooler air aloft and a modest mountain wave and turbulence environment near the Cascades and northern Rockies. Across the Great Basin and southwest, afternoon heating beneath the broader trough supports isolated to scattered thunderstorms over higher terrain from Arizona into New Mexico, with localized heavy rain, gusty outflow winds, and rapidly changing conditions near mountain routes. Moving into the Rockies, Denver and the Front Range remain near an active corridor where upslope flow and increasing instability support another round of afternoon thunderstorms. Crews operating through the central Rockies should anticipate convective buildups, moderate turbulence near stronger cells, and localized deviations around developing storms. Across the high plains and central plains, moisture returned beneath southwest flow aloft continues to support clusters of thunderstorms from eastern New Mexico and West Texas through Kansas and Nebraska. Some storms will organize into larger complexes capable of strong outflow boundaries, hail, heavy rainfall, and temporary terminal impacts. This remains the region with the greatest likelihood of route adjustments and convective reroutes today. Into the Midwest, Chicago, Kansas City, and surrounding corridors sit near the eastern edge of the more active convective zone. While widespread severe weather is not expected at every hub, scattered thunderstorms and residual boundaries may produce localized delays and uneven traffic flows. Across the Great Lakes and Northeast, the pattern is comparatively quieter. Most major hubs from Cleveland and Pittsburgh through New York and Boston remain under generally favorable flying conditions, with only isolated afternoon convection and localized visibility reductions. Along the southeast and Gulf Coast, deep tropical moisture remains in place. Scattered thunderstorms from Louisiana and Mississippi eastward through Alabama, Georgia, and much of Florida will produce brief IFR conditions, heavy rain, and gusty winds. Florida remains particularly vulnerable to sea breeze-driven convection this afternoon, including the Orlando, Jacksonville, Tampa, and South Florida corridors, where localized flooding rainfall and lightning may briefly disrupt arrivals and departures. Overall, expect the highest operational attention today across the central Rockies, High Plains, and Southeast, where thunderstorms, heavy rain, and outflow winds will be the primary aviation hazards. That's the National Aviation Weather Picture for today. If this briefing helps your flight planning, consider subscribing for the daily operational outlook. Have the best flight, and we'll see you tomorrow.